What's up, guys? This is Base Brawler, and I haven't done one of these in a while because, yeah, I've just been focusing on playing the game for the most part, and like I just said, these require focus. So, we have a few things to talk about. So, let's get started. First of all, the reason why I haven't really been uploading videos is because, like I said, I've been focusing on what, might you ask? I've been trying to complete sagas as every character. So far, I would show you proof, and I want to, but it would take forever. Um, the characters that I've completed are as follows. Rice, Ricette, Risotto, Mirror, Mista, Carrot, Vegetable, Rayon, and I'm working on Suno, as you can see. Um, And something I have to say for people who also would like to do what I'm doing, which is completing these sagas, is two things. One, get wrist ointment or something that will ease wrist pain, basically tense muscles or cramps, because you'll really need that. I mean, I haven't used it because I don't really care for that stuff, and I don't mind pain, especially when I want to do something like this. And my only reason for doing this is that I just want to be able to say that I beat every character and I beat all these levels as every character. So that whenever I want to, without having to pay 5,000 crystals, I can challenge myself using any character and fight whoever I want in their Awakening 4. Only problem is, if I want to fight Vegetable as Carrot, that's going to be really butt flippin' easy. That was not really a mature term, but whatever. I don't care. I don't intend to be mature. I intend to be clear, but I'm not really that either. So sorry about that. Um Also, I wanted to talk about why you guys are seeing Soul Knight in your feed by yours truly. Yes, I play Soul Knight. That game had an update that is really cool, actually. It allows you to grow stuff and you collect resources to have permanent items at your disposal in this laboratory, and it's actually pretty cool if you ask me. Um I did pay for two characters, just so you know. So it's quite the dealio. What's that supposed to mean? Where am I going at this? Oh yeah. I'm going to be playing. I'm not limiting my channel to Power Level Warrior anymore. Obviously, this is my favorite mobile game. I've said this a dozen times. It is my favorite out of all mobile games. Because there's no microtransactions. However, my favorite co-op mobile game is Soul Knight. It's just, I don't know, it's wacky, it's very easy to play. How do I best word this? It's an easy to play but hard to master, if that makes any sense. Like, a toddler could play it, but a toddler's probably not going to be very good at it, if that makes any sense. Well, I guess that's for everything, but especially for Soul Knight. It's not an easy game. And it's not really a hard one either. I'm not saying it's like MLG, or not MLG, what am I looking for? I'm not saying it's like esports level, but it's pretty, it's something. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. And I don't see a lot of YouTube videos about it. Like, I saw in the App Store, or the Play Store, that it has 10 million downloads, but there's not really a lot of YouTube videos being made about it, or any of the new features. So I feel like that's where I could step in and sort of explain this stuff, because the videos I see don't really explain Soul Knight that well. And I really think that people should be able to go online on the internet and look up how to do something and have it be available, just like for Power Level Warrior. I mean, that is cool that I'm able to, like, put out these tutorials and show people how to do things, but I mean, this isn't the only game that needs that. Even Marvel Future Fight, which I used to play, it could use some tutorials, like how-tos and best ways to do stuff. And I know, like, you may think, oh, it's only common sense. Well, if you guys read my comment section, you know that's not true. People will ask for stuff anyways, and it doesn't mean you're stupid, it just means that maybe something confuses you. I get confused. We're all human. We all make mistakes. And when something happens where I get confused, I feel stupid. But then I remember, hey, you know what? I'm not the only person on this planet who does this sort of stuff. And if you don't agree with that, then, I don't know, maybe you're Jesus. Maybe you should, maybe you should stand. Maybe you should be nailed to a cross for 3 days and see if you can rise up at that point. That's sarcasm, by the way. Yeah, people these days even need to be directed towards sarcasm, which is weird. Let me stray away from that. I don't want to get too, riddled with conflicting you know what? I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point. Let me just talk about the gameplay right now, because that's what's important. So that's what I find interesting about me and Werewolf, is Werewolf actually talks about his gameplay, I don't. And I guess that's probably why people find it hard to watch my commentaries, is because I'm talking about stuff that has nothing to do with the gameplay, and people are just like, oh, this is just like a promotion. I watch him play the game while he's talking about random stuff. So, I might start talking about, like, what's actually happening in the game from now on. And not the... Notice how I haven't even mentioned the... Yeah. I'm not even going to say it. But, when it comes to these levels, this is actually really difficult. Like, my wrist hurts really bad. Wee bad. Wee bad. These levels take forever, though, as you can see. I'm not sure how long that level was. I'll check the timestamp later. But I know that that was not a walk in the park. And I am able to do these, not all the time like you saw in the last one, but I am able to do these without losing health. And I'm about to show you how. Okay, so basically you rush the enemy and then you punch a few times. When you rush the enemy, and get a direct hit like that, they're not really apt to teleport. So you could hit them quite a few times. And if you're playing as Rayon, who, by the way, in my opinion, has the best Awakening 4 ability. Not the best Awakening 4. Okay, I have the best Awakening 4 in general, and I'm going to have to go with Lionel, and here's why. The reason why Lionel has the best Awakening 4 in general is because of his secondary attack. But you may be like, oh, but you just said that Rayon has the best ability. Yeah, he does. But the reason why I chose Lionel's for the best Awakening 4 is because it's unique. It's something Bullet probably took a while to master and put into the game. So that's why I commend that as the best Awakening 4. And then the best design, I have to say, has got to go to... Actually, I haven't thought about this very well, but anyway. What was I going to say again? Oh, yeah. The best... Wait, what was I going to say? What was I talking about? Oh, the reason why Rayon's lightning ability is the best ability is because you can spam it all the time and it almost always gets a hit. And it does a lot of damage. Even if you don't have him fully upgraded. He took out Mista, who, by the way, spoiler alert, like, I'm not going to leave a timestamp, just skip like 30 seconds or so. Mista's the last fight. You know what? You know how I beat her? I stood in the corner and I spammed lightning. That's it with Rayon. So if you're starting out the game, don't switch to a new character and play as them unless you really like Carrot. I mean, that's understandable. But my advice is to just keep playing as Rayon and unlock his primary attack, because that will kick ass. But anyway, as you can see, what I've been doing is what I do is I punch twice, or I spam punch, and then I immediately spam teleport. And what that does is Suno will be programmed to hit however many times I tapped. So if I tap it a bunch of times at once, she'll continue to attack. And then as I press teleport, that'll work on contact because I have the blue thing set up on the right side of my screen. And I'll immediately teleport, and then I can repeatedly teleport because I keep tapping it. And then when Sarada stops teleporting, that's when I get an opening to punch and strike. Or you can even shoot a blast if you want. Although I don't advise that because it doesn't always work, and you're putting like a little bit of a longer time in to do that. But here's method number 2 if you're an old school Power Level Warrior player. I know it's cheap, but it works. Okay, so it's literally this. Gotta wait for that to pass. Just spam secondary. It does so much damage. Did you see that? I did 400 damage right there. Those are literally the best 2 ways. Or, here's the third. And I did this as Rayon a lot, and this helped a lot. Okay? There is a third way, and this is the way I do it. If she transforms. Every character at this state, if you have less than a power level warrior of 10 or power level of 10 billion, that will always happen. So basically it's this. It's do what I said about the attack and immediate teleport, and do that until there's an opening, and then you use your secondary, because that will give you an opening, an opportunity to deal a lot of damage, and when the character is stunned, they have a less chance of dodging it. See, I just did 400 right there. And she still, like, teleported, but she still got hit as well, so yeah, that was good. And also teleportation, my advice is right after you teleport, immediately start tapping the counter button. Because I've been using the term teleport, right? It's really a teleport attack, but I call it a counter. Because you're getting hit, but then you end up hitting instead. So press the counter immediately after you do the teleport to the enemy. Like this, immediately start tapping teleport. Because if you get hit, you're screwed. Even with my power level, here I'll do an example. I'll teleport and then let them hit me. Actually I can't really do that well. Because I'm so used to tapping it and I don't want to, like, die. So let me just do this then. Come on. Dang it. I'm like... I keep doing it, don't I? But I don't want her to, like, hit me 3 times or anything. I just want her to hit me once. Okay, yeah, that didn't work. Never mind. Here's what I could do. Usually what happens when I do, Oh, I got an idea. Okay. Watch what happens when she hits... Not with a blast. Okay, yeah, see, I died. Even with my high power level, I still get my ass kicked if I get hit. So you do not want to get hit. After level 40, I guess I should end this commentary. I'm not sure how long this video was. I believe I started recording at 9:26, so it's probably been like a little over 15 minutes. I could be wrong, of course, but you never know. But yeah, even at a high, even with a power level warrior, I keep saying that. Even with a power level of 5 billion, if the enemy has, like, 30 billion, of course, you could still get wrecked immediately. So what you want to do is teleport, if it'll set me up in a situation where I can do that. Baya. Pajam. 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 See, this is the weird side of based brawler that no one ever sees rarely. Or people see rarely, not no one ever sees rarely, because that means that it's a double negative. That means that people see me rarely. Bam. Also, breaking their stamina helps. But that rarely happens. Usually they'll teleport out before you can do that, so... I have not been set up in a situation where I can teleport, have I? Nope. Or teleport to them. Hiya. I could have done it right there, shoot. But yeah, you just want to immediately tap a counter after that. So, let me do this for level 41 as my last one. Or you know what? Let me just beat Mirror, and then I'll end it. Maybe I could do a few more examples of the teleport thing I'm talking about. But Mirror has a ton of health, and at an early start, he takes up, because of his form that he has, it has a really high power level for some reason. Even, what's it called? What am I trying to say? Even at the early stages, which I consider below 50, he has a power level of 40 billion. And characters after that have a less power level, so if you want to beat him, you gotta be very concentrated. And that's not really easy for me to do while I'm doing commentary, but hey, you never know. I might still be able to do it. By the way, my wrist hurts. Just a friendly reminder that this is very straining towards the wrist. It is. It's god awful. Come on, Mirror, transform. There we go. So, my advice is instead of going to Mirror, because he will shoot blasts at you, instead blast him. Because that way, or just characters in general, blast them so that you have the chance of hitting them. Because if you forget to do the blue thing, then they're going to one-shot you. Any blast attack will one-shot you. Trust me. It is not a situation you want to be in. Also, if you ever fight Lionel, just a friendly reminder that even if you do the method that I'm talking about, where you tap the blue thing, where you tap counter repeatedly, he still has a chance of bypassing that. Because of his special ability, it can easily bypass that, and you do not want to be in that situation. No, you don't. Not our girlfriend. Okay. So let me see if I can do an example of the teleport counter. No, go away, Mirror. There we go. Use your special form that Kayan Lucifer likes. I like this form too. I'm not even sure if I pronounced his name right. Whatever. I like Mirror's form. A lot of people point out that it's like Risotto Black, because it's like Goku Black, how his hair turns pink, and it's like rosé. But to me, it's just kind of unique because he has blue and pink key, or crimson key, and then he has pink hair. It's kind of dope. I like it. It gives us this like awkward vibe, but at the same time, it's kind of intimidating. I don't know. That's just me though. Are you guys ready for a power level of 40 billion? I didn't think so. Also, a reminder for people who play as Mirror, it takes a long time for you to charge your key, and Mirror may have a high power level. Oh shoot, I already lost a lot of already lost a lot of health, didn't I? That's not a good start. Um don't worry. I'm feeling pretty confident that I won't take any damage after that with my methods. But look at that. He's got 40 billion. However, here's the thing. If he keeps teleporting, he will lose his power level. And as you can see, it's going down really fast. Like, it's almost below 40 billion now. The reason why that is because Mirror sacrifices power level for consistency and, what's the word? I'm trying to think of the word. Balance. His form isn't balanced. His form is unstable, meaning that Mirror's form has a range of... My Mirror can go from a power level of 6.7 billion to a power level of 5.4 billion. Yes, I am not shitting you. Mirror can go from being my strongest character to one of my weakest. Just because of his key. So, if you're someone who likes playing as Mirror, just make sure that you focus on the key meter. Because you are going to lose key like a mother trucker if you don't focus on that. Alright, let me talk about that. See, he immediately starts attacking me right after I teleport towards him. So, that is something you really have to worry about when you're fighting, when you're playing what I dub the Prestige Saga. Because all the characters use Prestige forms. And, yeah. Or Awakening Force Saga, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to do one more level. And I'll do the other 5 off screen. Because like I said, I'm trying to do all the characters and get them all fully upgraded. And Rayon isn't really that difficult. Also, Rayon rarely uses his lightning ability when you fight him and do the method I just said. Or I just went over. He normally uses his secondary attack at best. He will not lightning stab you. But when you use Rayon, lightning stab. That's what I call it, lightning stab. Or strike. Because it will, it'll destroy. It'll make kids cry. Okay? It'll make the computers cry. Not computer. It'll make the... I don't know how to say it. It'll make the NPCs cry. No, not NPC. What am I trying to say? What's the word for it? The CPU? The COM. COM. Yes. COM. That's what they call it in Xenoverse 2. It'll make the COM cry. If you, I call it cooking your opponent. When you spam key blasts to defeat an enemy, I call it cooking. But that's only when they can't, like, defend themselves. Which sometimes happens, is you could just spam a lot. And, yeah. So I know I said I was going to do 45, but I still have to say the outro. And I don't want to say the outro in a menu, because that's, time is money. That's all I'm going to say. Time is money. And, yeah, Rayon, time is money, so I need you to transform, buddy. I gotta end this video, and I need to fight you while I'm ending the video. And I can't fight you in that form, because I know you got another one. Alright, there we go. So, also, just a little heads up. Gallic Gun is a pain in the ass. Like, oh my gosh. When enemies spam Gallic Gun, it's the worst thing in the world. Like, you do not want enemies to spam Gallic Gun. When they spam Gallic Gun, just use an attack back, because at minimum, you might be able to hit them first, and they'll snap out of it, but then you gotta immediately tap, counter. However, you might also have the chance to, of course, deflect it if, you do a collision, or you could potentially do damage. That rarely happens, though. If it does happen, obviously I get really excited. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I got more Power Level Warrior content coming in the future. I will release the manga today as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video, whenever that may be.